Mama, dirty the roads that I've traveled, but I'm on my way. Mama, trust all the steps on my journey, 'cause I'll be okay.
All right, Coach, we welcome everybody to the Garden State. EA Sports coverage of the NFL finds us at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. This crowd a few minutes ago stirred into action at the side of their men in blue emerging from the MetLife tunnels. We're set to go as the Giants get ready to match up with Drew Brees and the New Orleans Saints. Fall is in the air and the NFL season is in full swing, and we're underway here in Week 4. This is fielded at the goal line. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line.
Check 26, check 26. There goes 56, 27 to Sam, 27 to 56, 27 to Sam, 27 to Sam.
Now the first running back drafted this year is Saquon Barkley. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. A.J. Klein on the tackle there.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Zebra, zebra. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Regular, regular.
Now Manning throwing on second down. Escaping the pressure right. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Shepard. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Check, check. Regular, regular. Let's go, let's go, let's go.
They'll run. This is Jonathan Stewart. And he's going to take this across the 50 and into Saints territory. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
There goes 56, 27 to Sam, 27 to Sam. Regular, regular.
Manning to throw on second down. Eluding the pressure right. And now the ball comes out. Manning lost it. And this is picked up by the Saints. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line.
When I see a play like that, I come back to risk reward. I don't know about you, but is it worth it at that point, whatever you're going to pick up, to either take the hit, and in this case, lose the football?
So should have gone down. I mean, hindsight's always 20/20, but that's the safe play.
You're exactly right. Hindsight's really never wrong, is it? Because you can analyze it, but I think ultimately you got to look at it as a first option, taking care of the ball, getting what you can, and that's it. Don't worry about it anymore.
A big play on the ground there. It goes for 36 yards.
Sometimes those lines that are drawn on a grease board or in a playbook, they come to life out on the field, don't they? And we just saw that on that outside handoff to the right.
That right tackle, he gets excited for that call, doesn't he?
He does, because he just wants to dominate his guy and say, listen, I was the point of attack. I took care of business. That's why you're able to get downfield and add all those yards to your total.
Yeah, really nice gain there. Now a play fake here on first down. Now he's forced out right. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 10. And he'll be stopped shy of the 15 at the 14-yard line on the return. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week, 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away, and that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley, and he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 11, he goes down. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
Zebra. We got three, fellas. We got three.
Manning to throw on second down. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down. And this passing game's whole offense really didn't show up in the loss last week, and it hasn't started all that great here either.
Yeah, and they can't let that incompletion become an uh-oh moment. Like, oh boy, here we go again, just like last week. Each game is its own entity, treated as such.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. On third and long, it's Manning. And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. Alex Anzalone coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it'll be fourth down. Here's Riley Dixon now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. Oh, they're on him too quickly back there, and it's blocked. Now it's scooped up, and this is a live football. And he'll score. Touchdown, New Orleans. As his guys are in for 6, and the Saints have taken the early lead.
But they didn't have their normal cushion there in order to punt the ball away. It leads to a lot of anxiety for the team kicking the football.
Well, for the punter, you know that you've got to get rid of that quickly there. Not quick enough.
And also, not stepping behind you and stepping over the end line for a safety. That one gets blocked, and it's 6 points.
This is fielded at the goal line. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Here's the Giant offense now as they get ready to take over here. Manning and the Giants come up now 1st and 10 at their own 24.
Alert. Zebra. Mike 51. Set.
On 1st and 10, here's Manning. And now the ball comes out. Manning lost it. But I believe the Giants got this back, and they will hold on to the possession.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down.
Hey, alert 3. Hey, go 56. 27 to Sam. 27 to 56. 27 to Sam.
On second down, here's Barkley. And nothing doing here as this time the run maybe gets him back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. Demario Davis there on the stop.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
So it's third and long, and defensively not a real surprise. They're in the dime. Shotgun now for Manning. The scramble good for a nice gain of 10 yards, but still fourth down.
Well, there were a couple of extra defensive backs in the game, so he really had nowhere to go with the football despite his search for an open receiver. So he has to take off and run for it, but he comes up well short of the line to gain.
Here's Riley Dixon now. And remember, he had his first punt block. The Saints coming out now to take the field. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
They start the drive on the ground. Kamara. And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Get set.
On second down, here's Breeze. This is a catch by Ted Ginn. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium. Breeze now on first down. Out of the backfield, that's complete to Kamara. And he's taken down, but not before getting this across midfield and just shy of the 40. That one goes for 24 yards. Throwing on first down is Breeze. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on at second down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, and have them back on their heels.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Breeze again here on 2nd and 10. Looking again for Thomas, this time complete. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. First time they've hooked up here. Good for 17 and a first down. Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Good set. 21. 11.
Again, it's Breeze. And that will be caught, but out of the end zone, says the field judge. It's ruled incomplete. The target that time, Michael Thomas. And now it's 2nd down. So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down.
Ready. 21. Good set.
Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Breeze. Oh, stays up. Being chased out left. Buying time to his left. A first opportunity upcoming in the red zone for the Saints. They have a 1st and 10 at the 13-yard line. Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. What that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Again, it's Kamara. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. The safety, Landon Collins, there to make the tackle.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Alvin Kamara really settling into the league in his second season. And, of course, he came out of Tennessee, but not a lot of people remember he started at Alabama.
He did and got caught in that big mix of running backs at Bama. And they like those bigger, thicker runners, those guys that can break down defenses through the middle. Alvin Kamara ended up leaving Alabama, going to a junior college for a while. I believe he went to Hutchinson Junior College before matriculating at Tennessee and finding his way to the NFL, where he is now a star.
They'll run it with Kamara, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. This is 3rd and goal, and this Giants defense, they have withstood the test thus far. They come out here in the eye. They'll try to run it in. It's Kamara. And he'll be well short of a 1st down as he's stopped again right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time. So a big stop, and it's going to leave him with a 4th and goal. On 4th down, off goes Drew Brees, and on comes the Saints kicker, Will Lutz, for the field goal attempt. This will be just a 21-yard attempt. So they get the field goal, but that was a 14-play drive to get 3.
You sound like you're going negative on me there, partner.
I was.
It sounds like you're thinking the 3's just not that good.
And people say that we're negative sometimes. So,
well, here's the deal. Getting the 3 is good. Obviously, you would think on a 14-play drive you're going to get 6 out of it. But that type of a drive can pay dividends later on because you might wear the defense down.
The Giants offense now gets ready to head back onto the field. And now before this 1st down play, we're going to get a timeout here. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. Manning and the Giants come up now 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line.
Got 3 down.
They begin with a run by Barkley. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. Tackle there going to Marshawn Lattimore. 2 minutes remain here in the 1st half. We're back to East Rutherford, but first this timeout.
Let's go. 36.
They stay on the ground. This time it's Stewart. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2.
Check pass.
They'll try and run it. Here's Stewart. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively. And it likely forces a punt situation on 4th. And now the Saints are going to take a timeout on defense as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here's Riley Dixon now. Remember, though, he did have one blocked earlier. He's been a busy man here in this 1st half as he gets it away. This will be fielded at the 17. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Flush to his right. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage yards downfield. Olivier Vernon in there to bring him down for a loss of 7. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. Now it's the backup Bridgewater. Forced out to his left. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. Give him 9 on the play, and just like that, it's third down.
Partner, was a definite passing down, but he was able to leak out and pick up some good yardage, even though the coverage was excellent. Maybe it's not exactly how they drew it up, but he still got a big chunk of yardage on second down.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Here's Thomas Morstead on now to punt it away on fourth down. Saquon Barkley deep to return. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin them back. And now out come the Giants. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk is a big decision here.
And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play.
Hey, gun. Let's go. Watch 13. Quad. Zebra. Hey, go 56. 27's to Sam.
Throwing on first down is Manning. Flushed out right. On the run, he'll let this go deep. That's caught at the 25. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime.
Let's go. Regular. 3 down. Zebra. Mike 51. Good.
Manning now on first down. And he's caught right at the 10-yard line. And they do get him down, but not before he reaches the 4-yard line. And a nice gain of 21 yards. And now the clock will stop as he's able to get up and spike it here. Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line. Second and goal.
Let's go. 3 down. Hey, check. 3 down.
Manning to throw once more. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock. They were trying to get it there to Sterling Shepard. And that takes us from second to third down. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on second down. They'll send Beckham alone to the left side. Manning now to throw. And now nothing but green ahead of him. He's at the 50, the 30, the 20. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Now, that was a beautiful play. A pick six. How would you punctuate something like that, partner?
What do you mean, with an exclamation mark?
Exclamation mark, a big word. What would you do with that?
Ampersand?
I like it.
Lutz good on the extra point. All right, folks, eager to get back to this Week 4 matchup. We won't put up a fight. So we have reached halftime with the visiting Saints out on top. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Out come the Saints now. They'll go on offense first here to begin the third quarter. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? I mean, they score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, I bet you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
It's still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. They run it again with Kamara. And he'll slip his way up across the 30 to the 32. Alec Ogletree in on the stop.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. The Saints on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. From the gun, Bridgewater. That's caught by Meredith, right side. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. And I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the first down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
Yeah, and being rightly cautious with that lead here in the second half. Manning and the Giants come up now 1st and 10 at the 20.
We got 3, fellas, we got 3. Wide, get wide. Safe. He's coming, double up.
They'll try and get this run game going. This is Barkley. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle.
Watch 13 is crossing, check 13. I got you.
On 2nd down, here's Manning. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And they'll blow that one up back at the 16-yard line. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd. Well, they try to swing it out left into the flat, complete, but really nice open field tackling.
And they played that one like a great boxer. They were on their toes on that one. They weren't back on their heels reacting to the play. No, they saw it, came right for it, and made a nice tackle for lost yardage.
And he'll be about a full yard shy of the 20 at the 19-yard line. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and that's going to make it 4th down. Here's Riley Dixon now as he's on to punt for New York. Taken from just outside the 30. 47-yard punt, a return of 4. And out will come the offense as they take over. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
Go Delta. Go Delta. Watch 24.
They go play action here on 1st down. It's a loss of 8 there on the 1st down play.
Get set, get set. Fire down. Delta.
Bridgewater now on second down. Escaping the pressure right. Throwing the comeback route. He's got the hook up to Thomas. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
A 10th carry for Kamara. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, second down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. There to stop him on the defensive side, Lorenzo Carter.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
The Saints on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 9. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. Mark Ingram really coming into form in the NFL. First 5 years in the league, didn't have a 1,000-yard season, but he's done it the past 2 years.
Yeah, and I think a couple of reasons for that. Number one, offensive line has been rebuilt, and they put a lot of resources into that, and they've gotten better. Number two, he's had great running mates back there. Tim Hightower 2 seasons ago, then last year, of course, the sensational Alvin Kamara. And last but not least, the defense is playing so much better in New Orleans, they don't have to throw the ball as much on offense. He can run the ball even more.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. On second down, Ingram. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. A nice pickup there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. Bridgewater on first down. And he is going to be taken down. And that should be the final play of this third quarter. Olivier Vernon in there to get him his 2nd sack now. Welcome back now here in East Rutherford. It's the Saints. They'll be looking to expand their lead here. They've got the football as we start the 4th. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. They'll run it now out of the gun. Down right around the 25. On the stop that time, it's William Gay.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
The Saints on third down.
Single. Delta. Check. No.
Flag comes in. This might be a free play. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on third down. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. And the penalty, that helps a little, but they'll still have to navigate a 3rd and 9 now. On third down, Bridgewater powers through. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Olivier Vernon in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year.
I think you saw the same thing that I did there, partner. Remember, he's their backup quarterback, so the last thing they need is to lose another one right here on the sack. Looks like he's going to be okay, though.
Yeah, he looked like he was favoring something in the left leg. To be fine now, but you're right. That O-line, they got to protect it. Manning and the Giants come up now 1st and 10 at the 34.
Zebra. Regular.
On 1st down, Manning. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. That one goes for 24 yards.
Nice game there, partner, but you and I both know that won't do anything for the final score. They're not going to win this one. Right now they're playing for pride and fantasy points.
And just to erase that goose egg, nobody wants to be shut out.
Motion. Regular. 51's the mic. Hey, gun. It'll be a long day. Hey, gun.
Manning now on 1st down. And he's hit and taken down. Eli sacked. I don't think that was a blitz, was it?
No, not at all. I mean, there was no blitz called on the play. Had other responsibilities, but he saw a path, and he took it.
Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack.
Watch 10. Single, slot. Hey, you're on an island over there. Hey.
Manning to throw on 2nd down. And bringing it in right side here, Beckham. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. Hard to believe his first catch of the game defensively. They bottled him up. That's why they're well on their way to victory.
Put your best cover guy on him and then change the coverages behind him throughout the game. Brackets, double, zone, man, you name it. Make sure you get the angles.
And he gets this one all the way down inside the 20-yard line. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards.
Yeah, he was the first back taken in the draft. Ended up going number 2 to the Giants, and there was never a doubt that he would be the first runner off the board. And we just saw why. His ability with the ball in his hands to turn a nice little game into something big. He makes plays no matter how you get him the ball.
No gain on the play as we have reached the 2-minute warning. Time for a break. We'll come back and see this one out after this.
Let's go.
Manning to throw on 2nd down. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down.
Don't be mad. There's more coming.
The Giants on 3rd down. Lacking much success. Just 2 for 7 to this point. This will be 3rd and 15.
Hey, gun. Set.
Working from the gun. Manning. And this is caught at the end. And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. Sterling Shepard, his first touchdown on the year. And the Giants are able to cut into this lead. Rosas good with the extra point, and that'll cut the lead to 17-7. Rosas now to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Out is the Saints offense now as they get ready to take over here. Getting down to the end here, they have a 2-score lead. Barely, but it's a 2-score lead, so that probably makes you as a coach feel a lot more comfortable right now, doesn't it, Charles?
It does, but it doesn't mean now you go out and run option or some kind of a wild double reverse or anything like that. But you do know that if anything does go haywire, you're still in control of this game.
I want a double reverse, don't you?
I'm just waiting for that day where we actually see something like that in this situation.
We'll see what happens here. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. And now the Giants will stop play as they take a timeout defensively. As they'll get it with just under 90 seconds remaining. On 2nd down, Camaro. That play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. And now the Giants, they get the officials' attention and take another timeout, as he'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. He finds Colvin. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. So even with the pass interference, it's a completed pass. They'll go ahead and just take the play instead.
How about the effort? Making the catch despite the pass interference. Nothing else to be gained on the play. No need to take the penalty. The play stands.
He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. It's a 9-yard pickup on the play, and it'll be 2nd and about a yard. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense, as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
Gone! Detroit!
That one looks like he'll throw here. Shrugs the tackle.
Nice.
Eluding the pressure right. Now he's going to throw it back deep. He's got it at the 15. And he is down deep into Giant territory. A big pickup there, and without question, that should be more than enough to wrap this one up. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal. Now it's Hill.
Sometimes the coverage is so good, no matter what you're doing on offense, you just can't shake anyone free. They try their best to find someone open, but they took away every passing alley, every angle, and shut the play down.
Hill now to throw. Steps away to his left. Hammering for the goal line. He loses the football. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble. And a stoppage here. A timeout before this 3rd down play takes place. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. To throw is Hill. Looking for Thomas. He's got him. Touchdown, New Orleans. Michael Thomas, his first touchdown on the year. And the Saints now add 6 to their lead. And he pushed it right. It's no good. Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll get it up just past the 20, and his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. New York set to take the field. This is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game. So after it's over, you're going to go to the film, find out where the game was really lost. But this is not a situation now where you're going to make up for anything.
We'll see what they do here.
Renegade.